right, I just clicked to go live.
Okay.
So it's preparing live
Roxy's
stream.
hot.
Did you say
She's
yes?
a
Pick your
hot
nose.
vegan mama now.
Don't pick your
I'm
nose.
a hot vegan mama.
All right, consider yourself live.
Oh,
and there it is.
what? I don't see the link on on Twitter yet. Where's the Twitter link?
No, I just see Tara's retweet so far.
Yeah.
And in the chat.
And what? Oh, in the chat?
There's
Wait,
already people in the chat on YouTube.
That's why we should have a card going. A card going with music. Or are they listening to us talk right now? Because that's really fun.
No, it's okay if they listen to us because it's okay if they listen to us. Okay, I'm tweeting the link. Okay,
what happened
people,
to Greg?
In case you're tuning in, here is the link to join us right now if you haven't yet. It's a live link. This is the first time we're doing our show live, so forgive the beginning glitches. I think Greg's brother Michael is prepared to make fun of me the entire time, mostly because I typically make fun of him, so I guess I deserve it. It's fine.
It'll be
so
fun.
Please, before we get started, share this link with everyone you know that might want to join us. And guess what? Guess what, y'all?
What?
It's time to dance. And Sammy Strong, you know, he wrote a theme song, so
hit it.
Turn your video on, Greg.
I will. I'm still posting this.
I'm trying to post it too.
Please ignore my co-star.
I'm dancing. All right, here we go. You're ignoring me because you can't see me. I'm invisible right now. I'm in your brain. I'm in your heart.
Maurice.
Yes.
We expect dancing. That's right,
Turn it
Roxy.
up. Turn
I'm
it up.
tweeting.
I know. I'm trying to also,
It's
Maurice.
tweet dancing. It's tweet dancing. Here we go. I'm quote tweeting you. All right.
It's fun.
That is very cool. Your kid did that? Nice job. Wow.
We all know what it's like to have musician children here, don't we, Mosey?
Yes, I do. Yes, I have a musician children as well. And in fact, he's using the studio right now, which is why I'm not in the studio, but in my office.
Why I gotta.
Come on, Michael, you gotta dance.
I was trying to do what?
Nice work, Sammy.
Isn't he awesome?
Man.
Okay, so
yes.
Okay, so I'm gonna try and join the link too, so I can. Oopsie. Sorry, nobody listened to that. Okay, that's you.
Remix.
Okay, got it. Okay, so
what up, everybody?
hi
Welcome
everybody.
To the Ship It Show.
Welcome to our first live Ship It Show. This is going to be so much fun. We have such amazing guests. We're so excited to introduce everybody. Greg, do you want to introduce Mike first since he's your kin?
Yes, welcome to the show, brother Michael Cipes. He is a man of many talents, especially being just pure love. He's my right-hand man. He comes to all the Comic-Cons and he handles like my schedule. He's in charge of my finances now, like taking care of my banking. We're getting really personal today. He's also he's like a mini version of my dad, and he's just a joy to be around. And he's got some great stories to share with you today because me and Terry get wild out on the road, and Mike's been there for every step of the way.
Welcome, Michael.
Thank you very much. Yay.
Michael,
thank you. I love
Michael,
you, dude.
while we're here, Michael, can you please tell everybody in the world where to find you on social media? The name of your Twitter and Instagram handles would be awesome.
Yeah, man.
Awesome. Yeah, I've been doing podcasts for about 5 years now over at FF Blitz, which is a fantasy football thing. So I do a podcast called Dynasty Trades HQ, and we've been doing it for 4 years now, that one. And it's been a blast. It's been a lot of fun. And now I'm doing Pop Culture Blitz. So you can find me on Twitter at Pop Culture Blitz. And we're going to be doing a whole new show. And there's some things that were supposed to happen with Greg and you and everything, but the pandemic happened and we didn't get to go on the road. So hopefully once we're back on the road, we'll get that up and running.
Imagine the Ship It Show at the Comic-Cons. That is going to be fun.
I can't wait. I'm missing everybody at cons.
The Ship It Show live at cons, at Comic-Con. Woo!
Well, we're getting ready to get back on the road, so hopefully that'll happen.
It's happening.
Hopefully that'll happen, God willing. So speaking of cons, I am now going to introduce my sis, Miss Roxanne Lee. Look at that girl. Look at Miss Roxanne Lee. She is the most
Woo,
beautiful.
mama.
She is a magical goddess. I miss you so much. She is my number one best friend. She is my ride or die. I would jump into whatever I had to do to save her. She's my world. She comes with me to cons. She does almost as much for me as Michael does for Greg, except I don't need her to wipe my tushy the way that Greg needs that constant.
He's got soft
And
hands.
I'm gonna brag a little. Roxy is an incredible dance teacher and choreographer. She actually choreographed at the last con. We held a fundraiser for Fred Guttenberg's charity, which is to raise money
That's
for his
awesome.
beautiful daughter that was lost at Parkland, and she choreographed the whole time. It was fantastic. She also starred in Annie on Broadway when she was a little tiny munchkin. Roxy, will you please say hello to the world and tell them where to find you on social media?
Hi guys, I'm so happy to be here. I miss my
Roxy.
bestie so much. I miss Michael. I miss Greg. It's been a long time. I can't wait till we can get back to the cons. Really, Instagram, it's Roxy Lee 2 on Instagram. You can find me as Roxy Lee Dundish on Facebook. Twitter, I'm not so great at. So those are the two. Those are the best ways to find me. Thanks for the
And,
introduction, Tara.
Roxy, I'm following you right
Yes,
now, and
baby, of
I'm
course.
putting you in my new Hot Vegan Mama's calendar 2021. By the way,
Yeah, baby. We have a new vegan this year. Miss Roxanne Lee has joined Awareness. She is no longer eating torture. She's
Nope.
looking amazing. She's happy. She's healthy. She's
I
beautiful.
love
She
it.
always was. Anyway, I'm so excited to
peace,
have
love,
her.
and animals,
You
yo.
know,
Peace, love, and animals.
We do.
That's right.
We do have another surprise guest for everybody. I'm obsessed with him. The world is probably too, so I should probably get in line. He is my future
I'm here
ex-husband.
already. I'm here already.
Not you, not you. Everybody in
I'm
the
just
world,
joking.
please welcome the unbelievable, magical, talented wizard of all the universe, and probably will take over the world one day, Mr. Maurice LaMarche.
Yeah.
Yes, my dear.
Welcome to the show, Master Maurice. That's what
Oh,
I call
God,
him,
I'm so-
Master Maurice.
Oh,
That's a good
this
one.
is-
You know what? I'm going to give you that because you don't always say smart things.
And
That was
yet,
a smart thing.
and yet, between us,
I'm a-
you're the one dressed as a Jedi Master. I want that outfit. I don't know if I can rock it, but I want that. I want that getup you.
You would look really good in this.
Oh, I don't know. My
Yeah, I think
my
that's
left
true.
nipple is not to be sneezed at. But you know,
Mosey,
nonetheless.
will you please tell the world where they can find you on social media?
Oh, on social media, I was going to say, you want me to give out my home address?
Yeah, later.
I got fan mail at my home address the other day. I was a little weird
Mm,
Oh,
about that. Luckily, it was my old home address, and the new owner just forwarded it to me. But I was like, how did they
So
get
Maurice's
this?
new address is
Yeah, my new address is send everything to Twitter. On Twitter, I'm at Maurice LaMarche, all one word. At Maurice LaMarche. At Maurice LaMarche. No space, no nothing. And on Insta, where I post once every, I'm going to try and up my game with Insta, but I'm Maurice_LaMarche, LaMarche, the French way.
Oh my gosh,
Maurice,
you're so incredible. He's
So,
such
I'm
a
just-
he really is a master.
yeah.
Well,
Maurice, give us a
you're
little.
very kind.
Maurice, give us a little taste of some of your characters, your voices, please.
Oh, my friend, I suppose the character I'm most known for is a certain genetically altered lab mouse who's bent on taking over the world. Yes, and now we can be seen on new episodes of Animaniacs on Hulu. Of course, if you're in Canada, it's on Teletoons and it's on weekly, but the entire 13-episode season just dropped on Hulu last month. We were number 1 on Hulu for like 3 weeks, and I think we're still in the top 10. So that's
Awesome.
good. Many know me as Morbo the Newscaster on Futurama. And Lieutenant Kif Croker. Oh, sir, it seems the rest of the crew doesn't share your passion for velour. Ugh. Calculon, the star of all my circuits, and my unholy acting talent. Bot, let's not forget the Don Bot. He's a little something for your trouble. Some money. And the clamps. You want the clamps, boss? Clamp Ampadam. And a bunch of characters on Futurama and Disenchantment, which drops this Sunday. I play Prime Minister Oddval. We don't know if he's good or if he's bad, but we do know he's very good. So So that's also from Mad Groening, and that's kind of what I've got going on right now. And I just finished a 33-year run as Toucan Sam. Follow your nose, it's
Wow.
always nose. Kellogg's Fruit Loop cereal. But they just cast a younger, prettier.
What a dumb move. That's
whatever.
dumb.
They changed the design of the character, so they figured he had to have it.
I'm putting that out there to the internet. That was a dumb
33
move. Firing
years.
Maurice.
Wow.
No, letting go of Maurice for any reason is a dumb move. Take it back. No offense to the new actor. That's not what this is about. This is about a legacy character that's helped collaboratively bring love to a character for a very long time. He's still here. He's still got it. That was a mistake. I am not afraid to say so.
But who has a job for 33 years in our business? I'm very
That's
grateful
amazing.
to the folks at Kellogg's for having me represent them for this long. My only bugaboo, if I may, is that they did go non-union with this thing.
Well, they made a
good.
mistake, and probably
Not
they'll
good.
try to fix it.
Non-union actors don't read for these things. Join the union, you'll get residuals. All right.
I mean, for those of you who don't understand why that is or think that we're trying to punish you, there was a time when there wasn't a union and a voice actor could be in a studio, particularly for a video game, for 8 hours, blow their vocal cords. If you had to sing next day, too bad.
Too bad.
And it does become abusive when there are no rules or regulations. This is a muscle. We have to protect it. We all do. And the union was put forth to protect the actors. And when you do non-union work, you undermine the ability for your peers to negotiate for you. So that's not like the successful ones are trying to punish. It's the successful ones.
Not to mention, you're undermining future you.
Protect you.
You're undermining future you when you do get to do union work, and all of a sudden you go to the mailbox. And it's like, oh my gosh, I did this job 3 years ago. Oh God, I just paid my rent with this check from a job I did 3 years ago. I mean, this is the kind of thing that
and without the union, there'd be no way to clock that. And there's been times where I'm like, oh wait, the 101 Dalmatians is on again. Boop boop boop. Hey SAG, hey, there's a check in the mail. That union is protecting you from all kinds of things that, by the way, are not always intentional, but you have to be protected. And so it's something that we hold pretty dear. So Maurice, you're
so we went off on a union rant just now. That's great. I like that. We can talk about anything you said on this show.
Yeah, union. Yes. Well, it is mostly a show about love, and so we are going to go there right now because I'm going to talk about when I fell in love with you. Which, by the way, even though we are both from Toronto, I did not meet Maurice till I moved to Los Angeles, and we got to work together on a show called Gadget Boy and Heather. And you did not do this voice yet. Maybe you'd like to do that voice for everyone now.
Oh, that's true. That's true. For a little while there, I was playing. Just a second. I've got to answer my shoe.
It's Maurice.
Hello, Chief. Maxwell Smart here. Good Lord. I have one of those. Here's the thing. I just moved to a new house. I have a new home phone number. Nobody has it. Who the hell is calling me?
I didn't know people still had landlines.
Yeah. No, I know. I'm so old school. I have a landline. I'm not giving the number to anyone. I don't know what the hell I was thinking. I do. You know why I have a landline? Because I have a fax machine. Oh. Yes, I still send the odd fax.
That's crazy. I thought I knew you. Yeah.
I mean, most people just take a picture of the contract and send it in. But yes, Gadget Boy and Heather. That is where I first fell in love with you, my dear.
Yes, same. I mean, and then the fans don't know, but we worked on Extreme Ghostbusters together. And at the time, Jason Marsden and Alfonso Ribeiro were on sitcoms, so we had to record at night. And that hasn't happened before or since.
No,
it was such a fun group.
Sessions started at 6. We worked from 6 till 10 at night because that's when they got this from the set. And
we had dinner together.
Oh, I'd be so wiped because Jonathan, my son, was born that year, 1994, and he wasn't sleeping through the night. So I would take car naps like out in the parking lot, before I drove home to make sure I got home in one piece because I was so exhausted. I'd be doing 3 sessions during the day and then come and work our Extreme Ghostbusters show at night. So it was a rough time. It took a lot of energy, but I was so glad that we did that show because you're first of all, the new characters were terrific. They would have made a great movie, and I would have loved to have seen you play Kylie.
Hello, female female Ghostbuster
Yeah.
right here. That was so much
And
fun.
Kylie
Maurice-
was such a great character.
Maurice, everybody wants to know, who do you ship? What's your fantasy ship?
My fantasy
Ooh,
ship.
good question.
Ooh.
Your ultimate fantasy ship? Any relationship you can put together in any universe, any fandom, what would it be? And you can throw yourself in it because Master Maurice.
Like
is
in
a
other
part.
words, who from would I put the brain with Sabrina
Take
the
your time.
Teenage Witch? I don't know. Is that what you're saying? Is that what you're
You thought
asking?
about this before.
It's never occurred to me to think of this. But gosh,
Seems like you're playing that off, Maurice. I think you've been dreaming about this ship for a long time.
no,
It's just
You
more
know what?
of
You know
Maurice
what?
in love with
It's-
me because I was on
yes.
that show. It's just
Oh,
more of him in love with
yes.
me. That's all.
Yes,
Only one person
absolutely.
can ship Tara an episode, and that's me.
That's it. No, I know.
I don't see a ring on it, Greg. I don't see you put a ring on it yet.
I
How
would
about
say
this?
me and the little boy me and Sweet Polly Purebred from Underdog. She was my cartoon ship. I wanted to, even though she was a newscaster in a business suit, but with a large black nose. I don't know why. I just was so in love with Sweet Polly Purebred as a child.
Wow.
What would they do on the date, bro? What would happen on this? What would they do on a first date?
First we'd go and defeat Simon Bar Sinister, and then we'd steal his one of his inventions. I'm sure there's some invention in there that we could have a lot of fun with. And no, I don't know. It's just. I mean, I always had these fantasy connections. By the way,
I knew it.
My next ship was Elizabeth Montgomery.
Ooh, good one.
Oh.
Yes, I graduated from
Same.
a dog
Yes.
newscaster to an actual live human being.
I think you're a shipaholic, Maurice. That's what I'm.
I am.
Yes.
I actually do go to a toaster program for ships, and because I love too much.
We're gonna get into it.
And
There's
to
a
me,
lot
love
of
is
comments.
control.
Get into it.
Yeah.
Maurice, there's a lot of comments from people on YouTube when you were asking for who's going to ship the brain. I don't even know, maybe 5, 6, 7 people all said it should be Pinky.
Why not?
Pinky.
Why not?
Why? Why Pinky?
There's
I'm with
plenty
him
of
all the
comments here,
time.
and I'll say Pinky.
This is supposed to be a fantasy. This is a reality. Pinky is my reality, and a painful reality it is. Pinky, stop buttering your feet in the corner.
Oh my God. This ship is not quite complete. We do have another boarding passenger by the name of Mr. David Kaye. David
Fellow
Kaye.
Canadian.
Say hello to the world live. Yeah, put your damn headphones on.
Jesus
Let's
Christ.
go, baby.
He's going, what?
Live.
What?
Live.
Oh my God. Are you real people?
Hi.
Papa David.
Yes.
Oh
As
my
real
God.
as we can be.
I love how David's
Hi,
got that. He's
Dave.
doing that old voiceover trick of one on and one off, so he can hear his real voice.
I do that sometimes.
And you
Yeah.
know what?
I do
No,
that sometimes.
Mo, that the what's been happening now, I noticed recently is all this crap that happens when you get older. But at night, I'm hear this like, is that a fan whirring? What the hell is? It's actually I'm starting to get what do they call it? Tinnitus.
Tinnitus.
You don't want
In
tinnitus.
one ear.
You know,
You don't want tinnitus.
I go,
Oh my God, David, talk in your real voice. Stop doing that deep thing. That's just.
I mean, talk
We
about
all
a real
know-
voice. It's
We
like
all know that you
velvet.
talk like this, and you just you kind of got one of those.
knows what the
Hi, I'm David Kaye. I'm Canadian.
David, before we show off and talk about who you're going to make out with, other than, Roxy, obviously she's first choice.
Hi, Roxy.
Where can people find you on social media?
Oh, at D. I know you hate this.
I do hate it. I hate it so much.
I don't. I'm
I
so
hate your
I'm so useless at all of it. I mean,
Twitter name. I hate it.
at DKAYEVO. At DKVO. It's on Instagram. It's Twitter at DKAYEVO. I don't. That's all I could come up with. I'm just not as clever. I just, I'm like, I don't know.
Ugh.
You know what's so weird?
yeah,
Listen
me
to
too.
David.
We'll help.
David-
We'll help you change it.
David, because you're Grandpa Max in Ben 10 on Ben 10, Grandpa Max here in the house. Who would Grandpa Max ship?
Okay, I was listening. Like,
Who would Grandpa Max ship? Do we
Yeah.
really want to ask this question?
I want to know. The fans want to know.
because like, what do you
They
mean?
do?
What does
Yeah.
he mean by that? Like, who would he what? Like, go out
Who
with?
does he want to?
what's
Who
your-
does he want to?
what's-
Yeah, who does he want to make out with?
Oh, that's what the ship
Sex,
is.
David. Sex.
It better not be
Mm.
Kevin Levin, bro. But it's just, I'm just
Why
joking. I'm
not?
joking.
Why
Kevin,
not?
no, I'm saying I'm joking.
Ah.
Kevin,
What the hell's wrong
Kevin's a
with
free
Kevin?
spirit.
What? Well,
Kevin
you know what?
is a
He's a
free
little
spirit.
old for him.
Kevin's
So old for him,
cute,
though.
but I
Age doesn't matter to Kevin. But that's my ship. That's my ship. Let's go to
Okay.
what's David Cage?
We're not going there.
Ginger
We're not
from
going there.
Gilligan's Island. Ginger from Gilligan's Island. That would be my favorite.
Oh, and we
Oh.
lost her. Oh, sweet.
No, we lost
No.
Marianne.
And
We lost Marianne.
Sorry,
Lost
Marianne.
yeah,
Right,
Mar-
Ginger's still here. So sorry, Ginger's still here.
I was
Ginger's
in
still here.
I was in
Um,
love with Marianne. Good Lord. And that,
Oh,
I
yeah.
couldn't believe that news.
Oh.
She lived not too far around here. She was a little local.
Yeah.
Yeah.
David, thanks for joining us.
Yeah,
Oh,
Dave.
guys.
I
Thanks,
just want
man.
to
Great to be
talk
here.
a little bit about before we go any further, sorry, I've been here quite a long time.
Sorry?
now.
Story.
Sorry.
Tell the fans
Oh, sorry.
tell
Norma.
the fans what your can you tell the fans some of your most famous voices before we get going into love
Gosh.
ships?
Well, Sushomaru from Inuyasha, now Yashihime. It's I got the toy. I got the toys up here. You know, this
He's got the toy right there.
got the Megatron.
I got toys.
from,
I got toys.
Megatron from Beast Wars. Yes, excellent. And I got the all that stuff. Terry, you and I were on this one, right? Oh God, this one here. Remember him?
There we go. Sari.
Yeah, you were bring it on.
Sorry.
Transforming, roll that.
Sorry.
You're my song.
Nice.
You're my
I
song.
said Sari because one of my new besties is Sari, but she was sorry.
I
David,
love the
you're-
show
you're
and
such
tell
an-
element.
Vision soon pull back.
I know, so cute.
This vision right there. Pull
This
back.
is
I don't know.
this is your kick-ass home studio too. It's such a cool space that you got there. You got so much room. Oh, Mosey's got a
I
toy.
didn't know we were actually, doing show and tell. So
Show and tell time. It's a new
Yes.
segment on our show every time. Show and
yes, my
tell.
friends.
Oh,
That's a
This
good.
seems to
Is
be-
that?
I will take
That's a
over
good
your
one.
world.
Look at you guys.
yes.
Oh,
Yes.
wait. Oh
Do
my
I
God!
have to
Look what
do
I
all
just
this Greg
found.
stuff?
Yeah.
Look what I just found. This is Kylie. Actually, Roxy just sent me this.
Wow.
Uh-huh.
There's a
Yep,
cosplayer. There's a Vancouver cosplayer named Anya Panda. She cosplays Kylie constantly. You would love her. She's
There's
a-
some good. No,
Yeah.
Kylie
She was the first
cosplays super
person
hot.
I
I'm
ever
into it.
saw cosplay Kylie. And as long as we're doing toys, this was actually made by a fan in honor of the third cancellation of Futurama. And he made it out of cookie dough. Ooh, yes.
Wow. That's
It's made out of
incredible.
cookie dough?
Better than having me bottom dip repeated in a
That's
Are you
vacuum.
sure,
incredible.
Maurice? You sure you want to give me that? You
No.
sure you want to give me that?
It's cookie dough and then it's been shellacked. So
Ah,
it's
okay.
it's
I
amazing.
Another toy that's not cookie, but she's just as sweet as cookies.
Aw.
There
Hey,
you
we
go.
have
Roxy sent me that.
we
too.
have Greg and Wingman plushies.
Speaking of wingman,
I want a wingman plushie.
Yeah.
You have to
we
pay. You
bring-
have to pay for it.
Seriously.
oh,
Kinda
look
cheap.
who it is!
I didn't
Wow,
know
look
them.
All right,
There's
wait.
Wingman. There he is.
There's
You know,
Wingman.
These plushies
Oh.
are sold and given away to cons to kids and people. It makes them really happy. So while we have Roxy and Mike here, let's start with Roxy and then we'll get some stuff from Mike and then from Maurice and David. What it's like to be at a con with me?
Oh my God.
You mean wingman? Wingman's at every Comic-Con. By
No,
the
I
way.
asked Roxy, but she's frozen.
Yeah, you're
frozen.
okay. I'm back, but you were frozen. I didn't hear
Okay.
anything you said. Sorry.
I
Wait, I
said
just have to
I
show you
would
my
like you
last-
to tell the world. Okay, go ahead.
My last one. Ed Platt, the chief from Get Smart. This
Oh,
is my
look at
favorite.
that.
That's
Ah.
good. That's
Look at
good.
Are you
This is
still
my
shipping?
favorite. Yeah, I'm shipping with Ed. Now,
Reese, are
he
you
would
still
be
shipping?
if I was to switch, he would be the one because this man knew more about comedy by playing it straight than any other act. And Don Adams
Yep.
was the one to tell me that. He
Yeah.
played drama in a comedy. Don said, if he knew if he played it funny, like, Max, what are you doing? The show would be dead. But because Ed Platt played it completely serious, Get Smart worked. He actually gave credit to Ed Platt for that.
Wow.
All right, now let's talk about what it's like to be at a con.
I want to talk about
Tara.
con life in general since we're missing our fans so much. So I want to get to the big picture of it. But since we have
Con
Roxy here,
life. Sorry.
I want you to talk a little bit about what it's like to come with me and your experiences and share with the fans maybe some inside, not too much, girl, but maybe some.
Well, I always say when people ask me, I always say, if you don't see it, you wouldn't believe it. Like, it's one of those things that you have to see with your own eyes. I can't explain it, because if I was explained to somebody, they wouldn't believe me. Some of the most interesting and fun times have been had at these cons with Tara and Michael and Greg, and we've seen some very interesting and fun people, and we've met the most amazing fans. And on a serious note, there have been fans that have admitted that Tara has saved their life with her characters, and they're thriving and alive today because of Raven or Bubbles or Harley. And she connects with her fans so beautifully that and takes her time with them. You know, we've been to cons where the line is out onto the street around the corner, and it's like we'll be next to Mike Tyson or somebody from Game of Thrones, where they're like, who the heck is this? And she, honestly, her and Greg will have more fans in their lines than anybody else at the cons. It's pretty crazy. One of my favorite things was when we were in New York, and Hamill and Batman.
Conroy.
What's his name? Yeah.
Kevin Conroy.
All came to one table, and people went bananas. I mean, when I tell you, everybody just flocked over to the table. It was like nothing I'd ever seen. And I luckily got some pictures, and it was just the fans went nuts with the three of them together. I mean, there's a lot of crazy stories, but that would take hours and hours.
Give me the craziest one. Give us the craziest one. Like, what's the craziest thing that you remember?
Careful, Roxanne. Careful, Roxanne.
Honestly, craziest. One of the craziest ones was in London when we were where it was crazy there. I mean, she signed more out of us there, I think, than anywhere. But there was one particular guy that not only came in line every day, but he was taking pictures with her, and he was Raven every day, but in a different outfit. But the suit wasn't.
And by the way, just to preface the story, he was
awesome.
Gorgeous. We're just going to start there.
That's awesome.
Okay, go ahead, Roxy. Continue.
What was the he wasn't wearing cloth. He was wearing it was like latex. It was literally rubber from here to his toes. So he's like, can you take my picture? He gives me the camera, and I'm like, oh my God, it's soaking wet. Did you drop it? He's like, oh no, that's just my sweat. Just take the picture. I was like, oh, okay. Then he goes to show Tara his tattoo, and as he pulls up his sleeve, an entire bucket of water falls onto the ground, splashes. One spot hit my face right here. It wasn't water, it was sweat.
Oh.
They had to get a bucket to mop it up. And
grab a bucket and a mop for your love for Tara.
And Tara was like, okay, but don't touch me with that arm. I mean, she was as nice as she could be. I would have probably run away, but it was what I'll never forget, a story I tell all the time. But he was a beautiful man. He was so sweet. And you know what? He didn't care. He was just like,
and we love our fans. Sweat, blood, tears, poop. Who cares? We're all for it. We're there for it. We're
so sweet. We have
And thank you, Roxy. You are always so. I'm so grateful to you. You are the rock that keeps me grounded. You are the Roxy rock that keeps me grounded wherever we go, and you just take care of everything for me. And I'm grateful.
Just don't get on Mike's bad side. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah, we actually have a lot of fun. The four of us hang out a lot. Michael, do you have
Yeah.
a favorite story?
Oh, sure. Yeah. I mean, with Greg, I think it's been about a year and a half now. I mean, or I guess it would be 2.5 years because we lost everything with the pandemic. But Greg had asked me to come help him at one convention because he needed some assistance. And I said, sure. And then after that weekend, he's like, you have to come to every other convention with me. And it's just been a blast. I've had so much fun with you guys. When you talk about the fans, when you get there and you see all these people, they're just so happy to meet you guys. And they're all ages. You have these little kids, because you guys have been doing Teen Titans, what, 18, 19 years? So you've
more
got
than that,
these,
more than 20.
is that what it is? You've got these little
Yeah.
kids that are watching it now, but you have their parents that also watched it too. So they're all coming there to see you guys. And it's amazing, especially the really little ones. Sometimes they get up to Greg and they look at him and they're not exactly sure what's going on or whatever. And then the moment Greg does the voice of Beast Boy, when you see these little kids, their face light up like it's the most amazing
So
thing in the
sweet.
entire world. It's so cool. It's so
Magic.
cool to see
It's
that,
magic.
you know?
So Mike,
It is.
Mike, who do you ship? What's your fantasy ship? And Roxy,
Wait,
you didn't. We're gonna come back to you on that one, by the way.
Wait, before we do that though, I just want to say one thing. When you guys talk about cosplay and you talk about all these people that show up dressed as Raven, dressed as Beast Boy, I've seen some amazing ones. Like we saw that one group that was the Teen Titans as if they were 80-year-old people and everything. It was so
that
cool.
was great. That was so good.
That was in Washington. Those people were awesome. But to me, in all the
Amazing.
time of me telling people about coming to the shows and showing people pictures, I still think this is one of the greatest ones ever. And I'm sorry, I don't remember her name. You guys know her name. I believe she's 8 years
Violet.
old. And
Are you saying
yes,
Violet?
and she came,
Oh.
and every day
Just
she
say that.
came as like
Every
a different character. But there was one day that she came and she actually cosplayed as Greg, not as Beast Boy,
Yeah.
not as any of his characters, but as Greg himself. And
Yeah.
I
That's so
have this
cool.
picture on here. And she had the wingman stuffed
Oh.
animal
Oh,
and the
wow.
long hair. And
I love her.
to me, that was like the
Oh.
greatest cosplay I'd ever seen in all the time of being with you
She's the
guys.
she's the greatest little girl, and her parents are so supportive. They cosplay with her. They do a lot for charity. Violet, I'm sending you love. You are my little sis. I adore you. Okay, David K.
What?
David K. give us a favorite con story. Give us a fun con
Oh,
story.
I was just trying to think of one, because a lot of the cons I've been to have been the Transformers ones over the years, and I've actually made good friends, and we see the same people all the time.
Con, right?
Bot cons and TF cons and all the cons. I think actually I do have one story. I kind of feel bad about it. I was invited to a convention in New Zealand, in Auckland, and it's the big one. What's the Mo? You guys have been to that one. It's the big.
I've never done it.
Oh,
But
me
I
too.
know the one. I can't. Yeah.
What's it called, Roxy? You know the big one he keeps trying to get us to come to in Australia?
It's in Auckland, New
Look
Zealand.
at Roxy's face.
It's in New Zealand.
Oh my God, it's on the tip of my tongue.
Well,
Oh my God, someone in the chat, YouTube. It's like the big
the giant.
Australia con.
Armageddon.
Armageddon.
That's it, yeah.
We should have thought about that when you think of the American political system.
Just if you need to know anything about anything, just ask me. I have the answer.
You go.
Oh, I apologize for my tweet earlier then.
Hey, Greg doesn't have all the answers.
Just ask me anything.
Sorry, I laughed so loud.
I had no idea what was this early on when we didn't do a lot of cons, and they invited me, and I was thrilled to go, and I went down there, and I remember sitting at a table with Kevin Sorbo was there, I think.
Oh no.
Yeah, it was other people. I had nothing to say. I was sort of sitting there like by myself, and when I go to conventions, I like to go and see where the city. So I was trying to get tickets for the All Blacks, rugby match. I go by myself. I'll eat at myself at a restaurant. I walked the entire city of Auckland. I loved it. I was just, if I wasn't at the con, I would like, boop, off I go, and I'd be doing something. So apparently there's this dinner no one sort of talked to me. There was no communication. I was some hotel and I really honestly didn't know what was going on. And I showed up to this dinner and I'm like, not feeling that great. I'm like, I'm going to go. Well, apparently people had paid a bunch of money to this. And I was like, I'm gonna get out of here. It's kind of one of my moods. Like, so I left, and I was supposed to be hosting the table. I thought as it was like a dinner, and I had a salad. I went, and I went to eat some restaurant because I was just gonna get out of here. And so apparently, I won't be invited back to that convention anytime soon. I had no idea. I didn't know the protocol. I didn't know anything. I don't ask. I just, I'll do my autographs. And I met some wonderful people, the Maoris. And it was just such a great experience. But I was just so green and new. I had no idea who anybody was. I was literally by myself in my own world. And so those people really didn't get their money's worth when they bought the ticket for the dinner. I'm going to go.
Oh my
David.
God. That
was years ago.
Sorry to interrupt you, Tara. David, do you have somebody now that goes with you to help you handle that kind of situation?
I do. Yes, I have there is a couple of people, definitely have some folks that, it's a much better, much more well-oiled machine now that I know what's going on. Tara, you know me. I don't ask. I just show up like, I'm here. I don't really know.
Actually, it's funny that you say that because I just had a memory of us at BotCon. We were in Cincinnati, maybe.
Yeah.
And I had no idea where I was, and you said that you knew how to get to the con, and I followed you to the opposite end of town. I guess I'll just following David Kaye because he has no idea where he's going.
Well, he says it with such authority.
Yeah.
That's quite all right.
David, you're such an adorable soul. I love your personality. You're so like authentic and sweet, and also so insanely talented. And I've seen you at cons. You're super generous to your fans.
I see, Greg. I wasn't sure when I first met Greg. I wasn't sure like if he sort of, I was like, I don't think he likes me. and when I first met Mo, I didn't feel I was worthy of being in the same room. And of course, working with Tara.
What?
Well, it's that thing. It's that. I think it's a Canadian thing or something where I'm like, I will get calls from Natanya and say, hey, look, you booked her. I go, really, me? Okay.
Oh,
I didn't want.
See, that's why you're so lovely, David, and also you too, Maurice. I think the three of us and most people in animation are like this. We're still so grateful for everything that we get, and we still love it so much, which is why I think it
absolutely. I feel entitled to nothing.
I think it's
comes
rough
my way.
What were you gonna say, Greg?
I was gonna say David's such a jerk though in the booth that people really don't know about that.
I know.
Side.
I mean, Ben 10 is so. Dave, you're such a dweeb during Ben 10. Okay. Before we get off topic, I want to ask Maurice too for his favorite fan convention story.
Oh gosh, there are so many. But like you, I think the one that stands out to me the most was very early on in my con life. A young lady came up to me I think it was like 2007, and I just had started doing cons, and it was in Tampa, and she told me that she lost her mom the year before, and she and her father, all they had after school, not the year before, several years in the 90s, excuse me, because we were on the air. And she said, my father and I didn't speak for a year, not because we were mad at each other. We were so grief stricken that we just did everything on autopilot. We cooked, we made food, we sat down, we didn't talk. But at 4:00, we sat and watched Animaniacs, followed by Pinky and the Brain. And we laughed our asses off. And that was our oasis in the day. And we, from Monday to Friday for the entire year after our mother died, you guys saved us from just being in terminal grief. And I said to her, 187 people go into the making of an episode of Pinky and the Brain. But on their behalf, I thank you for telling me that, because up to this point, I just felt I felt unworthy of all this admiration that was coming at me. I thought I'm just an actor. I'm just doing a job. But when you tell me that it affects you to that degree, I'm honored to know that something I did saved your sanity. And as we've been in this pandemic, I've really come to appreciate that. What dear Stan Lee said, one of his great quotes is that, he felt ashamed that he ended up in entertainment when he had so many friends who became doctors and lawyers. And he said, then I realized that being in entertainment keeps people from going off the deep end. And and we're all consuming entertainment much more than we would have during this pandemic. We're stuck in our houses. We're binging shows. We're watching concerts online. Entertainment is keeping us from going nuts. So now I almost feel like an essential worker, and I want my fucking vaccine now.
Oh, Mosey, I love that story. Thanks for sharing that story. There are so many stories that like really touch us, and like you said, I think our predecessors didn't know how beloved they were because there was no internet. And now when we go and we see the real life, real time effects that what we worked on has meant to people around the world, and it's really beautiful, and we're so grateful to the fans. We miss you. We miss being with the fans a lot.
I have a PSA. I have a PSA announcement.
Oh no.
Look, if you're watching this live cast, you're watching the Ship Show and you have to pee, go pee and then come back. I'll be right back.
Oh my God, I'm so glad.
That's so he can leave. Oh, and there goes David too.
By the way,
hold it.
This is what Greg does. This is what he does. He can't he has to make it like something else. Like he's like, if you have to pee, go. We did a show together. It was a live podcast. It was a live podcast, and the premise of the podcast in print was a little confusing. And so when we were about to tape it, it was he and I and the hosts of the show. And Greg's like, so can you explain to Tara exactly what we're supposed to be doing? I'm like, so I start laughing, and they don't get it. They don't get this. Like, oh, it's because Greg has no clue what's going on, so it's to make it seem like Tara doesn't know what's going on.
Exactly.
His, little game. I mean, Michael knows. Does he ever really know what's going on?
Oh, believe me, yeah. Well, I don't, like you said earlier, we're not going to go too personal, but I can.
We are. No, just not too personal on my stuff. We can get personal with everybody else. Yeah.
Oh no, it's a joy to help Greg. One of the things though, we were talking about like some of the viewers. We have a lot of people here, and the chat's just going crazy. But Maurice, there's been a couple different people that have asked this question for you, including Lucy just asked it. She wants to know what she's supposed to do tonight.
Go back to the lab and try to take over the world. and Tartube Man wants to know, does Brain ever listen to his heart? What does it say?
Oh.
Well, Tartube Man, my heart says lub dub, lub dub, lub dub. Because it's a heart. It doesn't actually have thoughts or feelings. It pumps blood. I listen to my brain. Yes.
Oh,
it's funny, Maurice. You mentioned
Maurice, can you come on every week?
Yeah, man.
What's cool, Maurice? You mentioned earlier about unions, and you mentioned about your residual checks that you get in the mail. I know Artie Lang used to be on the Howard Stern show, and he used to talk about one of the greatest residual checks he ever gets is for Elf. And I saw, looking at your IMDb, it says that you're in Elf, but you were Buddy's burp. That's all you were, was the burp that he does. Do you get like an amazing residual check for that burp, or does it not happen?
I mean, residuals by their nature diminish. That's why they're called residuals and not royalties. But I remember the first residual check when Elf went to home video. Like, it was like, I spent a day there, and I got this, multi-$1,000 check for going.
Whoa.
Wow.
That's
awesome. 15 seconds.
That's impressive.
For 15 seconds. That was what I did. That was my big contribution.
I'd pay a lot of money for that again and again. That's good.
That is so cool.
Yes.
By the way, I just want to point out my genius back to the PSA, like PSA. That's pretty genius.
No, I got it right away. And
you're not everybody's a master, Maurice, but people like Tara that need like help to figure out what's going on all the time. I want to explain
I
it
got
a little easier for you to understand.
I got a great story about Greg. Greg, and I still to this day, Greg, you don't. It's funny when people say things that you don't really. They're kind of in passing, and you think it's nothing. Well, we were after a Ben 10 session. I think I was in the bathroom or something. I was like, my stomach is, and you chewed me out because I was going to the bathroom wrong, and you hopped up onto the toilet seat. No, bro, this is how you do it. And you get onto the toilet seat. You got to do it this way. And so every time now, and you don't know this about Greg. Every time now I'm on the throne, I go, oh yeah, I'm doing it wrong. I got to do it right because Greg Cipes told me.
Now every time David Kaye takes a shit, he thinks of you, Greg.
See, impact you had.
Oh my God.
Not impactful like that.
It's hilarious.
It just turned to the
no
shit
more
show.
impacted. It's the shit. It's the shit.
The shit it show. There we go.
By the way,
Oh my
that's
God.
again. This
Rosie
is
and I.
some real. This is another PSA.
Oh
for
no.
You're not going to
Oh,
teach the
no.
world how to poop, are you?
you. Yeah, like. Just
Thanks a
quick-
lot, David Kaye. David, you're not invited on the show anymore. Just like
That's fine.
Good job, David.
Like imagine the toilet bowl's here, right? And you get on it like this, and you
Yeah, you jumped up though. You jumped up.
with your feet,
Oh no.
and that's how you do it. Because
How?
if not, they say 30% of your poo is stuck in you because you're not sitting correctly. So you want to get it out.
Producer Luke, this is why we can't do live shows anymore. Greg is officially showing the world how to poop.
Valerie
I'm
Hong is
saving
asking.
lives.
Valerie Hong is asking how would Beast Boy propose to Raven, and I think
Please don't.
from the toilet, just up on a toilet like that.
yo.
By the way, Greg is not wrong, and there's a wonderful product out there called the Squatty Potty.
Oh no.
For those of us who would break our toilets if we jumped up on them,
Wow.
Well, you gotta be
as I
careful.
would.
Show
I'm
has
risking
gone
my life doing
way
it, but-
down.
But it allows you to achieve the freedom of flow.
Oh, you know,
Mr. Cipes does naturally.
wow.
By the way, thank you for bringing up the safety element too, because I'm a professional pooper. You have to be really
we don't
careful.
want
I'm
anyone out
serious.
there getting hurt taking a shit, learning how to poop by Greg.
Yeah,
Roxy,
like this is
Roxy,
like
save us,
disclaimer,
please. Is this how you saw this
disclaimer.
show going today? Please, Roxy, please get me out of here. Please. This is the time in my line where I'd be like, Roxy. save me.
Yeah, this is when you turn it back to the regular show, go away from what he's saying.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
What are you talking
good
about?
advice.
This,
It's
Maurice
good
will
health
confirm it.
advice.
This is the truth.
It's
And
good
be
health
careful
advice.
standing on your toilets.
Okay, but by the way, the other weird thing is this is not the first person to tell me you did this, which means the weirder thing is that you follow people into the bathroom when they're going poo and critique them. You are a poo-poo critiquer.
I say one soul
Really
at a time.
weird.
A
It's really
PPC.
weird.
One soul.
I can't imagine going into the bathroom and saying, "Hey sis, let me show you how to poop." It's weird.
You should know this. Everybody should know this kind of public information that is kept from us to make people, full of shit.
You're
You know
so
what?
full of shit. Oh my god, you're
Tara,
so
if you want to
full of
bring
shit.
it back to the show and bring it back to the topics and stuff.
Oh yeah,
Ta-
which is about relationships and love and sexy things, not pooping.
Well,
Hey,
it's funny. It's funny though because I
One
was
of
going to
you
bring
out
it back.
If only
Oh, I
one
was gonna
person, if one person takes this advice,
You've done your job.
that's life changing. So
Okay.
more than one
So-
person do it.
I'm so
But
glad
that's what
you
he
said
says.
live today.
One less.
That's
one
what he
less
does.
case of colon cancer.
But that's what he does at the conventions too. Tara, if we bring it
He
back to
poos
the
with people.
conventions.
He
No,
poos with
we
people.
you two guys will get up there in a panel and there'll be this whole topic that you're supposed to talk about. And then the moderator will have these ideas of what you're going to do. And then for some reason it'll go off on these tangents and it's impossible to steer it back to where it's supposed to be.
How do you think Beast Boy got created?
Somebody pooped. I mean, what? That makes no sense.
People
Makes no
should really
sense.
come to the conventions and see
No,
this
not
live.
It's about being unchained.
we should take
free.
a minute and say hi to people too. Hi, Nicholas. Hi, Tristan.
Yeah.
I know my sister Marla's here. I know Jada's here.
Hi,
Feel free to
Marla.
scream out names. Hi, John.
Are we in the chat? Are you in the chat?
Yeah, if you look in the
No,
chat,
she's just making up names, Greg.
it's hi, Greg. We're doing a show called The Ship It Show right now.
Oh, hi everybody. I thought
um,
they were just really. We're
It's
live?
about love and pop culture. Hi, Amber. So and normally we have like a little kind of thing that we do with everyone, which is Greg's stupid game that I've sort of started to like maybe.
You love it.
So you can ask everybody on the panel for this. And I think we should make it for a character they've done and anyone else in the world. I think that's how it should be.
So for a character you've done and anyone else in the world, Maurice, ship, marry, kill.
Character I've done.
With any other fantasy character. Ship, marry, kill.
Which means who's doing it, who's getting married, and who are you taking out?
Right.
Roxy, Michael, you are not safe from this question. We'll be asking you to.
Well, we don't do any voices. We don't know.
Yeah, but yours is going to be your fantasy. Which two fictional characters? So just think of that. But Maurice is up first. Do, 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 do,
Well,
another fellow Canadian.
The brain. Ship, Pinky. Marry, Pinky.
Mhm.
Kill, Pinky.
That's my favorite
Nice.
answer ever on this show.
That's not fair.
Maurice.
And by the by, can I just throw
Yes.
in? Can I just put in a word for Pinky, the real life Pinky, Rob Paulson, who's actually the genius in the
Oh,
relationship.
yeah.
And
We're
what
gonna
a
have him on. We're gonna have him on. We're gonna do a
dear man he is, and I
yeah.
feel none of these ways about him, except maybe the marry part. I love Rob Paulson. Just
We're
wanted to
gonna bring him
those
on.
guys
We're
up.
gonna do a Turtles
Yeah.
episode. We're gonna
Yeah.
have him
Rob is
on.
amazing.
Thank you, Maurice. That was literally my favorite response ever. So David Kaye, let's see if you can top it. Let's see if you can top it.
I have dyslexia, so I forgot everything you've done. Megatron. He wants to date someone.
So yeah, ship is like who would he make out with, have a relationship with, who'd he marry, and then who would he kill?
Killing is that's an easy one. So who would he marry? Who would he get down with? And who would he marry? Yes, Megatron would ship Black Arachnia.
Hot.
Would marry himself, and he would kill Optimus Prime. Yes. So I think that's it. It's not as good as Moe's, but it's as
You know what? I
like
still
it.
got goosebumps, and I ship you, David Kaye, in a big fucking way.
I
FYI, I'm just
Terra
putting it
Yeah,
out
we
there.
love you, David.
love you, Terra Strong.
All right, Miss Roxy,
Ooh,
ship,
let me
marry,
think.
kill. You could do it as yourself if you want. Yourself with any fictional character.
I'd probably ship the Joker. This is kind of hot. Then I'd marry.
Back off,
I'd
cute stuff. Back off.
marry-
You might be my best friend, but you can still get in trouble. You leave my pudding alone.
I'd probably marry the Beast from Beauty and the Beast because for some reason I just think he's so sexy.
Hmm.
And kill Patrick from SpongeBob.
Okay.
And let me read.
Nice,
let me
nice.
read. Hold on. Let me interject with some fan shipped Mary kills.
Your dad's here, by the way. Hi, Daddy.
Aw.
Your dad.
Who?
Your dad.
Our dad.
Where?
God, you're dumb.
He's not in the. He's not on the video chat. He's in the
He's
room.
in the
He should have been on
YouTube.
the chat. He should have been on the chat. Invite him next time, Mike. I told you to do that. What the heck?
Listen, I didn't even find out about this till this morning. Really,
Who can
or last
remember?
night,
He's
you know?
practicing your poop lessons.
Sorry, Dad. Mike barred you. I was like, make
Why
sure
Dad
Dad's
is
on
still-
this.
Yeah, that's why Dad is still with us because he knows how to poop properly, and
Yeah,
safely,
exactly.
and healthfully, getting rid of
Okay,
that last
Kat-
30%.
You know, it's
of
it's
pooping.
true. When we do a family Zoom, Greg is always telling all of us all these things that we should be doing. Yeah.
I'm just here
Wow.
for you all. I'm trying to help you all. So check it out.
You've made an impact, Greg. You've made an
Thank you.
impact.
Thank you.
But not impacted. Anal
Not-
glands.
Oh,
That's right. That's
Terra Strong.
Thank you.
Caleb Asylum.
Mic
Oh,
drop.
fantastic.
She says,
Mic drop.
Caleb Asylum in our chat says she ships Beast Boy, marries Trigon, kill Ash from Adventure Time. Oh wow.
Ooh, I like that. Those are good. Those are good. Those are
Keep 'em
good.
coming,
Yeah.
y'all.
Feel free to share your ship Mary kills in the Zoom. Hi, Jesus. Hi, Brandon. Manfisser. God, I hope I don't read anything too dirty.
Oh, my dad says he
Vinny.
ships.
No,
my
don't
dad-
read Dad's because that's my answer. No. You stole my answer,
He
Dad.
says
No.
ship Tara, marry
No.
Tara, kill
Thanks a lot,
no
Dad.
one. I like your dad. I've always liked your dad. He's a cutie patootie.
No,
Hi.
I have a similar answer with the last part, not the same, but he stole it. Thanks a lot, Dad.
That's okay. You can all admit you want to ship me. That's fine. I mean, I really thought that was going to come out of Roxy's mouth minute 1.
Well,
Wow.
for me, I was just going to try to wrap the whole show back to what it's supposed to be about when I was originally told, and it was going to be about conventions. So I was going to do what he just did, where it would be ship you, marry Roxy, and kill my brother. So
Dude,
that's
what
how I
the
was going to do it.
This show's about love, man. What the heck?
Well, the
Well,
killing
if
thing
it's
was your
about
idea.
love, it's your question. You're the one asking people who they're going to kill.
Wow.
Okay,
the
I have
truth
another.
comes out.
I have
I'm
another
gonna watch
important
my back at
question.
the next dawn.
Wait, I have another important question for Dave and Maurice in regards to shipping. Do you guys have any like favorite fan art that you've seen of your character doing it with another character or making out with another character?
No.
Like,
No
is there
one's no
anything
one's
that's been
ever-
like
no.
that's been hilarious or stand out or been awesome art? Because by the way, there's also a lot of
Well,
amazing.
yeah, I mean,
art.
I'm very impressed by this cookie dough hedonism bot, as I said before. And but as for what you're talking about fan art that they're making out. Oh my, yes, brain. Oh, you're very, very attractive. Quiet, sit still, hedonism bot. Or yes, oh yes. Sorry. Anyway, so there we go. Marriage of the that was just I've got a Roxanne is in my she's pinned and she's looking at her screen like, what the fuck? I'm making my toys have sex.
Okay.
Oh
Don't you ever
God.
do
You know
that?
what? That is this kind of show. How about you, Dave?
Never
Have you ever
did they
seen
never
any?
done Barbies and Kens and
Come on,
Barbies
yeah.
and Barbies and Kens and
I-
Kens?
I used to
all
do
the
that
time.
as a kid.
Yeah, the old. I grew up. It's until I was like 22. I thought that's how it happened. Come on, what are you doing? We're doing it.
Oh my God, Dave, have you any like seen any art of like Grandpa Max with
No, there's
Betty
been,
Boop or
there's been
something?
a few. There was a cartoon we did years ago. Clash of the Titans. Class of the Titans. I played Cronus, and it's some fan art of Cronus in various forms of female dress and different things. I don't know what's going on. But there's Shomaru. There's been a lot of Japanese anime. That thing I did a long time ago, and there's been Megatron stuff.
Ooh, who do they ship? Hey, let's ask the fans who they ship Megatron with. In some of your, what have you seen that really stood out? Shipping Megatron wise.
Me?
Yeah, like have your fans ever done like Megatron with Snow White? Like, what's the craziest thing you've seen?
Oh yes. Yeah, Megatron was with somebody did something. Somebody actually walked up to me once at a convention and said, "You know what hentai is?" And I went, "No, no idea." And then I went online and went, "Oh, that."
Oh, I've had that online experience myself. Like, what's Rule 34 and what's
I
not?
have no
Like,
idea.
the internet is
Wait,
a
what is it?
very
I don't know. I
dark-
don't know what you're talking about. What is
yeah.
that?
Hentai.
No, you.
Yeah, Greg. I'll show you later, Greg.
You go back to your pooping ideas, okay, Cipes?
Did you say magenta?
Oh my God. Greg, do you know what pony I play on My Little Pony?
I actually do. Sparkle.
Twilight. Spark.
Thank you, Maurice. Twilight Sparkle.
I know, but because I'm a brony now. All I have to say is sparkle, and everybody knows.
Are you a brony?
Oh, no, he's
I am
not.
a brony. I am. I have an official OC character as well that we created on the Shipping Show. Named. I actually have 2 names. I'm such a big brony. Dorby. And what's the other way they spell it? There's 2 ways to spell my name, but it means it's short for adorable. And I'm rad. And you should check out my OC because I'm one of the biggest bronies there is now.
Oh, you're
And-
one of the biggest bronies. What are the other
I-
ponies? What are the other names? The other four like main ponies.
There's let's keep
You
going.
just interviewed them last week. What's their names?
Whiskey.
Remember that? There's another PSA I have to give you.
At Luma.
And wasn't
Make
that
sure
a
you stay
3-hour
hydrated. I
show?
have to go get some water. Remember, stay hydrated.
Stay hydrated.
Yes.
Oh my God. Yeah, we were only supposed to go an hour, but it's fine. If you're having fun, you can stay. If you gotta go, you can go. We can talk to some more of the fans too, Tanya and Andrew and M Hooves and Valerie. Thank you guys all for coming out and saying hello. We're so excited to have you. I want to talk to Maurice and David and ask them, because I know a lot of people wondering this, how they got into animation to begin with and your origin story into this fantastic world.
So, okay,
Yes,
I
yeah.
got to tell you about the way I pee, because I actually pee the right way. Go ahead, Dave. You take it, man.
Me.
Yes, yes.
I told a white lie. I was back in Vancouver and I went to this. I was doing a radio, like the morning zoo. Hey, good morning, everybody. It's 75 degrees. Yeah, it's Madonna. And I was like, that's SpongeBob and all the weird characters. And I had all this time during the day in Vancouver many years ago. And there's this commercial modeling course, and it was in Gastown. And I remember, I don't know, I guess I'll take the course. And if you had one eye in the middle of your head, I think they'd do, hey, you look great. You should spend all that money and come and learn how to be a model. You look fantastic. And so I went in. And the commercial part of it, you have to learn lines. And I really liked that. And my agent to be said, you should do this for a living. I go, what do you mean? Well, he said, I'm just an agent. I'm new, but I can send you for auditions. I said, sure. Okay. So it was 6 weeks later, I got an audition for G.I. Joe. And he called up and said, do you know how to do voices? And I went, yeah, sure. No idea what he was talking about. And I went in and I was in front of all these people in a room, and I was doing, I did, G.I. Joe. I have no idea what I was doing. And I picked up the sides for General Hawk, and I did the, yo, Joe, all this stuff. Follow me toward the danger. Yo, Joe, all this stuff. And later on, they hired me for this thing, and I hadn't a clue what was going on. But once I did my first show with everyone, I realized that, okay, I want to quit everything I've ever done and forget about it, all the stuff I wanted to do. This is what I want to do, because it was just so much fun. That's
I hear that.
That's what I'm talking about.
That was the Deke version of G.I. Joe. Yes.
yeah. And Chris Latta was doing it from down here. He was just freaking amazing, and we were
God bless Chris Latta, man. Love
guy
that
sweat
guy.
when he worked. Incredible.
Yeah. I was on that show. I recorded in Los Angeles.
Oh, you were on that show too?
Yeah, G.I. Joe, Real American Hero, starring real Canadian actors.
Yes.
It was really. Yeah, no, and that sort of ties into my beginning in the business, because Tarzi, you and I have the same benefactor, I think, in terms of getting into the biz. I was a stand-up comic, and Marcia Goodman was the first person to take a real shot at me in animation, and I was seen at the Comedy Store by my first agent, Nina Nissen-Holtz from the William Morris office, and she said, with all those impressions you do, you could probably do, voice acting. And I said, well, I heard that's a closed door, and Frank Welker's been encouraging me, but she said, well, I can see why. So Frank was like telling people all around town about me, but it was a full year of auditioning before I got my first job, and that was the original Inspector Gadget show. And then, and that was Marcia going to bat for me, and then putting me on Real Ghostbusters and then G.I. Joe and all that. So I have two wonderful women to thank for my entry into the business, Nina Nissen-Holtz and Marcia Goodman. And then, it's the kind of thing that if you show you can do the work, and you show you can show up on time, or in my case, 5 minutes late, which in Los Angeles is actually on time, that they'll bring you back. And I've been lucky enough to be brought back for 35 years. So
Hey, thank God for Marcia Goodman. She was
Yeah.
someone that had an eye and an ear for spotting
Right?
talent. And
Oh
yeah.
my God. I mean, the people she started, you, me, Billy West,
A whole
Townsend
bunch of
Tillman.
probably
They gave us
thousands.
all our first jobs in this business.
Yeah.
Hired me up there too. I worked with her a couple times. I loved her. I love when she was there directing.
Yeah, she was a lot of fun.
The JW278 says, can you ask Maurice to see, did he see the homage? Oh, did you see the Pinky and the Brain My Little Pony art? Have you seen any of that stuff?
No, I don't think I have.
Ooh, we'll have to check that out for you
Ooh,
later.
all right, that sounds cool.
Every single show, human, anything has been ponified, so that's definitely.
I was
okay.
what season? I was season 8. I had an arc in season 8. I was Chancellor Nese. So even though we didn't get to be in studio together, I was working. I was playing opposite you.
That's so funny.
Chancellor Nese was a bigot.
Oh, yeah, Pony, we never, well, I didn't get to work with anyone on Pony. All the girls are together. Greg, just so you know, it's Pinkie Pie, Fluttershy, Rainbow.
I know. Keep going.
What's the last one?
Keep going.
What?
I want to know you. No, I'm asking the fans. What anybody know out there?
Oh, the fans. Oh, yeah, the fans. Yeah, they'll know. And 57 Chevy 01 said Megatron and a normal car. That's pretty funny, David. That's pretty funny. Megatron and Slade from Colossus.
Yeah.
Now the good one is the one from Jesus Davila. He says Megatron and a toaster.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I missed that. That's hilarious. Thank you, Jesus.
Yeah.
Shipping Megatron with a toaster. The only problem with reading that out loud is that now it's going to be drawn. David, warning you, there is going to be some wonderful footage of you shipping a toaster. I apologize for that.
That's good because it'll take the curse off of my brain and hedonism little puppet show.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
This has been a really, really fun live broadcast. And I think we should do it a lot more all the time.
I know this was really fun. Let's see if there's any other final questions from the fans that we don't miss. And also while we're waiting, since it's a dating show, we also need each of you to tell us where you would take your favorite ship on a date.
Oh.
Can I start?
Okay.
Gosh.
Okay, so my favorite ship, I'm not going to name any names. You'll have to guess who it is. I'd take her to, first we'd get on a private solar-powered jet. We'd fly to the big island of Hawaii into a private waterfall entrance of a rock mansion and behind the waterfall, and it'd be the most beautiful raw vegan superfood salad spread with raw crackers and vegan desserts of all kinds. And there'd be 2 massage therapists there ready to give us body work because we just took a private solar powered jet flight all the way from LA or Canada. And then I'll stop there.
You know what? Now I'm in love with you again. I'm taking you back. In this moment, I'm taking you back. Okay.
I feel it. I feel the love.
Mosey, where would you take your ultimate ship on a date?
My ultimate ship? Well, I'm married to my ultimate ship.
Nice.
And so, gosh, I think, I can't top the private vegan jet with the solar powered
pretty
food.
good. He got me back. He got me
into a waterfall and then instant massage therapist.
Oh, we're gonna have a good time.
Vegan massage therapist.
I'm just letting you know, Cipes. That's
using
gonna
only
happen.
vegan products. I don't have anything like that. I'm just she loves the beach, and you know what? I never take her there. In my real life ship, I'm going to take my ship to the beach for a walk and renting cycles and cycling down the boardwalk to that. There's this crab place in Manhattan Beach. And if I don't die cycling there, we'll go there. We'll beat up on some crabs. Sorry, it's not vegan. There'll be vegan crabs, actually. We'll make sure we'll get the vegan crabs with the
Don't feel bad about it. It's okay, man.
It's all right. My body's a graveyard. I understand. It's okay.
No, this is your fantasy. No,
and then
love never died.
And then we would be whisked by limousine. This is, of course, post-pandemic or pre-pandemic, to Walt Disney Concert Hall for an evening of Gershwin and Beethoven. That
Beautiful. Great
Yes.
date. I'd
Yeah.
come on
Yeah.
We
that
love
date.
classical
I'd come.
music. Yes.
I like it. I like it. Beautiful, Mosey.
And
She's a
again,
lucky
I just
lady.
want to reiterate, just because I don't want anybody to ever feel bad about their process and their journey about getting healthier, happier, and holier on the path of being plant-based. It took me like 8 or 9 years, even to the point where I would still have like a piece of dead fish once in a while because I crave it. It took a long time to process, and enjoy the process, and don't ever be hard on yourself with
All
anything.
right. You know what I'm going to do, Greg? I am going to do this. I'm making a commitment here on the Ship It Show. I'll do one vegan day a week. How about that?
Okay. I love it.
All
You know,
right,
that's maybe where Roxy started. Roxy, I never thought you and your family.
I will do one vegan day.
would go vegan.
I will make, well, it's too late for this week, but I'll make Monday vegan day.
Will you share on social how
Yes,
that's
I
going?
will.
I
I will
love
make
that. I
every
love
Monday
that.
my vegan day.
I
All
love
right?
that. That's so sweet,
Okay.
Mosey. You're a good,
You'll
you're a
save
good
a
little
lot
Mosey.
you'll save a lot of money in medical bills later with a plant-based diet.
All right. Well,
Well,
you
and
know,
also there's also the thing of saving the planet, which
Yeah.
a lot of people don't want
Mhm.
to talk about. But
Yeah.
if we all went vegan, there would be no pandemic, and we could feed everybody, and global warming would be substantially reduced, and blah blah blah.
Yep.
We could go on all day. Watch Roxy, what's it called? I'm having a brain fart. The
Game changers.
movie Game Changers on
Game
Netflix. Thank
yeah.
you. Just
Amazing.
fantastic. Yeah. Roxy just went vegan not that long ago. So proud of you and your family.
July.
You're welcome to talk about that and then talk about the date.
Me?
Yeah.
No, okay, so my dream date, of course, like Maurice said, I am married to my ship. He's the most amazing guy, and
He's a pretty good guy.
my dream date would be to fly privately to the Maldives Islands and have a private chef, you know, make us, well, my husband's not vegan, but if it's good enough, he'll have a private chef and have our own private house right on the water, and really just kind of do nothing but chill and have fun with each other, and get massages every day. And that would be my dream, just to be relaxing and being taken care of. And as for going vegan, the story, the thing that changed my life was that, you know, I watched Game Changers, and I had my blood taken. I've suffered some health problems in the past, and I had my blood taken because I was doing keto, which is basically opposite, eating so much meat and dairy, and my cholesterol was 10 times what it was supposed to be. And my doctor was like, you need to go vegan. And I said, I'm not going vegan. So I decided to watch Game Changers, and I'm like, that's it. Tomorrow I'm starting. And 2 weeks later, I got my blood drawn and taken, and my doctor almost fell off her chair because she said, I cannot believe that all of your levels are completely normal or better than normal. It was.
Are you
2
hearing this, Dad? Are you hearing
weeks.
this, Mike?
That was
Awesome.
2 weeks.
I
And so
hear
That's pretty awesome.
I've been vegan ever since, and I feel a million times better. Plus the fact that I have, you know, chronic pain from being a dancer my whole life, and that's going away. And that's it. I mean, I won't go back. It's.
I think you lost like
vegan for
18
life.
pounds too.
Yes. And then my
18
son,
pounds.
who's a boxer, he went vegan, and my daughter went vegan with me. So we're trying to convince my husband, but
We'll get him.
We'll
get him. All right, David Kaye, what's your favorite ship? Don't be boring and say the real love of your life.
Well,
Give
it involves her, but it also involves her.
Oh yes. Okay.
Maggie
Same.
from Billions.
Yeah,
and
same.
When I saw her in those scenes when she was the dominatrix, that was like, oh, there she is. I have had this thing for brunettes my time, and of course, you know, I married my ship, but it would be me, my married ship, and Maggie Sif ship. We would go to Valencia, Spain.
Ooh.
We would visit with Maria's cousin, and we would go to the north of Spain and visit all those wonderful restaurants. I'm a big wine nerd, as you know. We've had you on the show, and we did a whole vegan episode with you and Kari Payton.
Thanks for inviting me, bro.
Yeah, you were scheduled. We're scheduled to do a thing with you, with DiMaggio, with a few people. The stupid pandemic hit, and so we'll get back to it. But that would be my thing. And I have to let you know, Greg and Tara, you also not only taught us how to poop, but you convinced me a while ago to I'm vegetarian pretty much most of the time now. I haven't had actually animal protein for about a week, and so. So mostly it's been vegan and vegetarian, and it's like 85 to 90% of my diet, and
so that's great news, David. Are you you're still addicted to the blood and pus a little bit, the cow lactation blood and pus?
but not like it's like really it's infrequent. It's very rare. Like it's
I get it.
You know?
It is a dopamine hit. It is an addiction, and breast milk is designed to make the baby addicted, so it will fatten up and get stronger. So you're right. It is part of addiction. And I just want to say for the record, because vegans get they get given a hard time online a lot, and vegans get very passionate. And I am a human who I was at a Royal Winter Fair when I was 5 years old. I don't know if you guys ever went to that.
The CNE?
At the CNE.
The Canadian National Exhibitionists?
Yes. And so this is what happened. I was there on a school trip, and a farmer brought out a live cow that was about to go to slaughter, and he had her in a cage.
Oh, I didn't mean to laugh at that. I thought the cow was going to fart in your face.
No. We'll go back to poop in a minute.
The cow's going to die.
Well, I don't know why he paraded her, and she winced from the bars, and he said in front of a bunch of school children, "Shut up," and backhanded her in the face. And I saw her eye, and it looked like a big puppy dog eye, and it looked like she was crying, and I saw her lashes, and I felt her sentient being. I felt her energy. I'm like, I'm not eating an animal anymore. And the truth is, people, just because you've been doing something for forever or for a long time doesn't mean it's the best way or the right way. And I get that in the beginning of time, people had to do what they do to survive. But the fact is, now it's so easy to be vegan. It's so easy to eat in a way that doesn't harm another sentient creature. And even if an animal is in a farm where they give them love and they have a nice life, they still have fear. They still don't want to die. And the sad truth is, most of them are tortured terribly. And so if a vegan comes across like very emotional, it's because they have such an affinity for animals and they don't want them to suffer. So I don't want people to keep giving vegans a bad rap. We're not trying to sell you on our lifestyle. We're just trying to show you the truth about sentient beings and life, and how there's not anything different between a dog and a pig or a cow. They interact the same with humans and have children and friends. And that's my soapbox. I just want people to stop hating on people for trying to protect other life. That's all.
Show's all about the love. Don't matter if you're black, white, Chinese, Asian, American, 13, 12, 5, 100. We're all one. Trees, animals, we all feel the same. We all want to, live in harmony together. And it's happening. And that's why I feel like cartoons truly have such a big impact on realities, because a lot of the cartoons that we make really have huge messages about, doing the right thing inside of them. And it's so special. It's so cool.
Speaking of special, this has been very special. It is our first live episode, so I want to take a minute and thank our guests so much. Michael Cipes, you're always a treat. I love teasing you at cons, getting your name wrong, and I miss seeing you. I miss kibitzing with you. I know Roxy does too. Thank you for being with us today.
Me too. I miss you
guys. By the way,
also.
I would love to feature some fan art, some fan animation art. One of our buddies who actually comes to a lot of the cons. Mike Can, who that is, Tara?
Who?
Mike
you haven't said. Oh, the name is what? This is what you did. I want to share some art with Mike. You know who that is?
Luke, can we play it?
You can't play live things on live. He told you that.
Greg, you told us that at the very beginning of the show.
Oh my God, can you pay attention?
We'll work that out later next week or whenever we go live again, because I really want to go live again because this was so much fun. I want to have the ability, and we're going to have the ability to play live fan made animations and look at fan art and, have this was awesome though. What a great first live show. Thank you all for being on the show.
Nice, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. This was
What a
great.
wonderful distraction. And before I let you go, I just got to say that Mo, my story about quick story about you, because I didn't realize when I was starting out in the business that you were Canadian, and I was in the studio in Coco in Vancouver, and you were just in there doing something, and I literally went, Maurice LaMarche was in here, and I felt,
Oh, Jesus.
one day I'd be so cool to work with Maurice LaMarche. That was a dream of mine to
Wow.
be in a studio with.
I'm very touched by that, but I just want you to know that I felt the same way working with Dawes Butler on like his second last Captain Crunch commercial. So I get it, but Dawes Butler, was just a guy, and I'm just a guy, and you're just a guy. We're just very, very lucky guys.
You know
and
what?
gals.
I don't think you're just guys. I don't think you're just guys. And I want to say that's what the Ship It show is all about, and love. And like you said, David, it was like your dream to work with him. We love what we do. We love each other. And I don't think you're just guys. I think you're awesome and special and gifted. And I think it's
right now there's
wonderful that
somebody
you
waiting
share
to
your
work
gifts.
now there's somebody waiting to work with David Kaye going, I hope David Kaye was in here.
Are you kidding?
Why
Tons
am
of
I turning
people.
into Mark Hamill? Why am I turning into Mark Hamill? Like David Kaye. I love David Kaye. He's wonderful. And I love Tara Strong. She's the best Harley.
Aw, I love my pudding. David
Hey,
Kaye.
we have a very special request from Taya Stevenson in the chat. Tara, do you have any advice for someone going through a hard time?
Ooh, Taya, I feel you. It's a hard time for everyone. The world is really, really crazy. I'm going to give some advice that's going to seem kind of lunatic-y. Because the wonderful thing about the internet is if you Google and go onto YouTube and watch positive videos and laws of attraction, whether it works or not, if it works half the time and you're living in a positive space, take it. But there's all kinds of access online to positive thinking and getting yourself out of slumps. I fall asleep all the time to guided meditations, whatever my intention is that night. But I'm going to tell you something that's made me the happiest. And please share, group, if you've had this experience. I have gone down the rabbit hole of the Golden Buzzer on America's Got Talent and The Voice and all those shows where it's the best of singing. I cry, Roxy, right? It is the most feel-good thing you can watch. There are homeless people that are released from prison for 37 years falsely accused, people that have unbelievable disabilities that overcome them, and the stories are fantastic, and to see them having these moments of success brings me such joy. I swear, if you're ever feeling sad, watch some best of America's Got Talent.
Yeah, you do it on Facebook. Like you start watching one video and then the next one shows up after it, and they're really good. I've never watched the show, but I've seen the little clips, like you say.
The clips are all you need, and there's tons of them from all around the world, and it's good television. It really, really is. It's oh my God. And anytime I see Simon, who at first you can tell doesn't want to smile when he looks up.
Yeah.
Like, here he goes. I just love it so much. Taya, I'll try to find you online too and give you some more love, sis. I feel you. It's a hard time for everyone. So just be there for each other, because I think isolation and feeling alone is the most challenging part of the pandemic. It's why we started this show.
Yeah.
And please
speaking of being there for each other. Yeah, speaking of being there for each other, I'm going to read every single person's comment. So after everybody's done and we say goodbye, I'm going to stay on here and I'm going to go and read everybody's comments. So don't go anywhere.
Well, we've kept our guests long overdue, but long over time, but we had such a fun time. And did you guys join us again?
Absolutely. And I don't feel like it's been too long at all. I've been having a great time.
Oh, thanks,
It's
Mosey.
been so
I
good
love
to
you
see
so
you again.
much. I love you so much,
I
Mosey.
love you too.
Can I ask you one question
more...
though, Mo? I just wanted to ask Mo one question before he leaves. Maurice, your information on the internet says that you've been married since '91 to your wife. What is her maiden name? Because it's different in different places.
Her maiden name is Eisenman. Robin.
Okay,
Eisenman.
because I saw it as Eisman on your Wikipedia, because that's my wife's maiden name is Eisman. And
really?
we've been married since '92.
I guess it's a typo.
You guys are cousins.
Yeah, we've been married
Wow.
since 92. So I just thought maybe we might be related somehow, but
There you
As
go.
long as you're not married to the same girl, I guess it's okay.
Yeah, she just drops her. She drops her N around Michael. You know.
Yeah.
Nice.
Also, Maurice, Dave, Roxy, or Michael, if there's anything you want to plug before we go, any favorite charities or upcoming projects that you want to plug, now's the time to get it out, and as well as your social media handle one more time.
Go ahead, Mo.
Okay. Social media handles Maurice LaMarche, at Maurice LaMarche on Twitter, at Maurice_LaMarche on Instagram. Watch Disenchantment. The new season drops on January 15th on Netflix. And of course, keep up with the new Hulu reboot of Animaniacs. Thank you very much. And gosh, charities, favorite charities. I support the Claire Foundation, and I support YOLA, which is Gustavo Dudamel's Youth Orchestra Los Angeles, which teaches underprivileged kids how to play musical instruments. And so those are my two biggies.
Beautiful. I love that. I love that. Thanks, Mo. We'll try and
Music
find that.
saves souls.
We will put that in the subject in the tags under this video so people can find that charity. David Kaye.
It's across all platforms, Instagram and Facebook and Twitter. It's at DKVO, DKAYEVO, and is the I can't tell you anything about it yet, but first primetime animated series will be dropping sometime late this or early 2022. And we got the Ratchet and Clank is about to be released with a brand new game. And what else is out there? There's a bunch of other stuff, but I can't say, which is good.
Yeah, thanks for having me on your vegan podcast, David. That was real sweet of you.
Well, we'll get back to the vegan podcast, and also what my charity. It's always been Children's Hospital, because Tiana had to go in for at 8 months old a heart operation, closed heart, but and she's phenomenal. So it's Children's Hospital has always been the one that I always donate to and encourage.
Thank you, Dave.
Love you all, and keep well, be safe, and thank you again.
Oh, I love you too. Roxy, anything you want to say to everyone? I want to follow you again.
100% with David. I support Children's Hospital. My daughter was there for a little bit when she was 5 months old. And so whenever I get a chance to donate, I do. Anything that has to do with children, child abuse, all that kind of stuff. And my handle on Instagram is Roxy Lee 2, and on Facebook, Roxy, no, not Roxy, Roxanne Lee. Anyway, it's been so much fun here with you guys. I feel so honored to have been asked to be here, and I miss you, Tara.
I miss you, baby. I miss you.
Love you guys. Thank you.
Michael, one more.
Michael.
Awesome. Yeah, like I said earlier, I do a fantasy football podcast. It's at Dynasty Trades HQ, and my fantasy football is FF Blitz. But I'm getting ready to do this new show. Once we're back on the road, it's going to be fun. I look forward to doing all this stuff with you guys again. There's just so much that we could do with that, and that's at Pop Culture Blitz. And I took it off of my FF Blitz thing. With charities, one of the things we do when we do all these shows together, Greg, we have all this merchandise that we bring, but we also bring these like plushies of Greg and Wingman, and we bring these books that my sister Drew and Greg wrote, and the money, when Greg gets the money from these books, he uses it to help feed the homeless animals there on Venice Beach where he lives. So I know a lot of times all these kids, they really love to get the books and to get the toys. And then Greg goes and he feeds all these animals out on the beach. So to me, that's the closest one to me. I'm involved with it, but doing it with Greg.
That's beautiful. Even more of a reason to love you. I love you again, Beastie.
I love you, yo.
Guys, thank you so much for joining us today. It's been a beautiful show, and thanks for doing our first live ever with us. I adore everybody on here so much.
Love you.
Yeah, don't go anywhere.
Thank you.
Don't go anywhere. Here we go. From the bottom. Let's see how far I can go.
What is he doing?
Brandon Gill, Million Tanks, fam. Amber Fangirl, no, haha.
Oh,
Ian's
he's
very
trying to
nice.
read
Listening to
every
vegan
single
comments.
thing.
Interesting. I love
Luke,
organic salads.
cut. Luke, end this